So you can always come back to this place and get the recorded video. Is that clear? So I've deleted everything. I want to start again so that persons who didn't do the previous assignment will be able to do that. So the first thing I did, I created a folder and I called that folder assignment 1. Then immediately I was done with that, I came online and searched for a picture of Lionel Messi. Now I'm using Lionel Messi as my own hero. So everybody asked us to pick a hero and write about that person and probably why that person inspires you also. You understand? So you can get a picture of your hero online. If your hero is your mom or your dad, you can just snap your mom or dad and use them for your projects. Then earlier this opens, I came to this images section. Now as we move forward, I will tell us where to download clearer images for our projects, but for now this will do. So I think this is the picture I downloaded. I downloaded this picture, then I saved it into the folder I'll be working from. So basically that's what I did. So I'll go back to my local address. Don't worry, after this video, after this class, I'll tell us the extensions we'll be using. Alright, so immediately after that, I created my folder. Now you can see that I already have a picture of Lionel Messi here. So the next thing I will do is to bring up my boilerplate, which is the HTML starter code. Are you following? Are you following? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's good. So immediately after that, now this title tag here actually controls the title bar. Actually controls the title bar. So let's go. So I'll change it to my hero. Then I'll save. Now once I change it to my hero and save, I'll come back to my browser. You can see that there's nothing here. But did you notice this place? This place changed to my hero.
Yes, sir.
Exactly. So that's what the title tag does for us there. So I'll be very fast with this session because this is just a review because most of us said we were unable to do it. So we have other lessons for today. Then the next thing I said was use a heading tag to type my hero is. Then you can go ahead and anyhow you want to write it. So because I've written this before, automatically my VS Code can already guess what I'm doing. Alright, so immediately after this, then the next thing to do is for me to insert the image of Lionel Messi. So inside this source is telling us that where do you want your image to be imported from. So since this image is in the same folder here and no extra folder here, all I just need to do is to type the name of the file. And once you're using VS Code, it helps you also so that you know what your it helps you to quickly pick up what you want. Then this alternate text, the reason why this text is here is because what is it called, in case this link is broken or something happen, that place should not be empty, and also so that persons who are blind can also see it. So I would say a photo of Lionel Messi. Then immediately after that, sorry, a photo of Lionel Messi. So fine and good. So immediately after that, I'm going to put my paragraph tag and say uh, Messi is whatever. So let me just use this, and for now if I come to this place, you'll see something here. It's loading up. Now you can see that my H1, the image, and my paragraph is here. Then I'll say what's it called now? Then I'll come to this place and write out my next heading. I'll say H2. Then I'll say qualities. Let me use a capital Q. I'll say qualities. Then remember, the qualities I said we should use unordered list. Isn't that so? So I asked us to use unordered list. So all you just need to do, unordered list is UL. Then I said humble, hardworking. Then once I come to my browser, you're going to see it here. Humble, hardworking, everything will be listed out, but you will see it in this bullet fashion, no numbers. Then the last thing I asked us to do was, who can remind me? Steps I'm taking to be like him. Looks like most of us have forgotten already. So I'll say steps I take to be like him. As simple as that. Then yeah, I'll now say ordered list. Ordered list is OL. The first one. Then inside I'll now put LI. Then automatically this is your work. And this is where I actually asked us to stop. So I hope by the end of this class, each and every one of us will be able to do this assignment. So it's as simple as A, B, C, D. Alright, so that's for the assignment. So you can always go over the video and do what you need to do. Alright, so that's it. So let's go back to our projects that we've been working on. So who can remind me the things we covered yesterday?
How to create the CSS selector.
How many selectors can you recall? Andra, you were in class yesterday.
Yes, sir.
So how many CSS selectors can you recall? That means we are not writing. Please, and please, I beg of you, learn to write. It is very important. Learn to write because it is very, very, very important. Okay, this is Derek's work. Well, I was using it to show us how no, I don't want to save. I don't want to save. Alright, so this is our own work. So yesterday I showed us that we'll be able to perform certain things on our what is it called, HTML documents. Then the next thing I need to talk to you about your HTML document is that you can also put what we refer to as comments. Now HTML comment is very simple. HTML comment is very simple. Now for the comments, we usually use it to document our work and write very important things about our code, so that anybody that picks up our code to read it can easily understand it. Probably they want to work with it also, you understand. So I can say this area is where the code starts from. Okay, this is where the code starts. So now to put your comment, all you just need to do is those brackets, these angular brackets. Let me just do it again so that you don't get confused about it. Sorry about that. I am already used to the shortcuts, that's why. So I'll put my angular brackets, then I'll put this sign, then I'll put 2 dots, then I'll write whatever I need to write. This is where where it starts. Then after that, I'll put my 2 dots and I'll put this other part. Now this is a comment. Now this comment does not show up on our code. Only we can see this. Now if I open my work here, oh sorry, the old one is still open, so I'll need to relaunch. So if I open our work, you find out that this particular one, this is where it starts, will not be present. Okay, it's still loading up. Let's give it time to load. Alright, you can see that there's nothing like this is where it starts from. So primarily we use our code to do what? Take down very important notes. We don't just use it anyhow, but we use this comment to write out and explain what our code does. So very soon, when it gets to the point where I would like you guys to collaborate, you then understand how important this is. Alright, let's go. Okay, this our CSS file is showing 4 error. Our CSS file is showing 4 errors. Now who can tell us the error?
Excuse me, sir. Please, my network threw me off.
Okay, you're welcome back. I don't know this. I didn't do this. So who can tell us why the error popped up?
Mr. Frank,
Talk to me.
my work is I can't like find it on my browser.
You can't find it on your browser.
Folder. Yes, I can't even find the folder.
Which folder did you create?
I used it as desktop.
If you created your folder on desktop, your folder should still be there.
Let me check.
So just go ahead and check. Alright, meanwhile for today, there are certain concepts I want to explain to each and every one of you. But for me to be able to do that, I'll need to display something. Let's go. Let me close this. Let me minimize this and check if. Alright, we're going to work with this QR code component. Now, once I send you the file, because I'm going to start it, you'll be the one to end it. Once I send you the file, all you need to do is to extract it. Once you extract it,
I found my file.
alright, that's beautiful. Well done. Now this particular one is one we refer to as a zip folder. So this one you cannot access it that way. So if you want to work with it, you must extract it so that you have access to the content. Alright, so immediately you're done extracting, you open it. Once you open it, you're going to see design. So we're going to start with this because most of us we are using our laptop. So we're going to have something like this. The color, we have this card here. You can see how our texts are aligned, everything. So I want you guys to build me this. Is that understood? So pay attention now, because everything we're going to cover are going to be pieces of information that will help you build this. Now put this in mind. But me, I'm going to do something entirely different. Let's go. Sorry about that. So for this one, remember I just showed you comments in HTML. You can also do comments in CSS. So this is how we do our multi-line comment in CSS. So this is the syntax: asterisk slash, then slash asterisk. Then I'm also going to come here and comment this out because I don't need it. Remember, these are first lesson. Oh, sorry about that. So these are first lesson. So yeah, I'm just gonna write first lesson. So I don't need that. I don't need this particular information to appear on my work. So I'll come to this comment and say this is our first lesson. So I've commented it out, I've saved. So I'll also come here and save my work because I don't want to create a new file for this tutorial. So I'll also save. Now if I open my browser, you're going to see that it's going to be blank because I've commented everything out. So that's to tell you that anything that you comment out definitely is not going to appear on your browser. So let's go. Now, in your HTML elements, there are things I want you to understand. We have our container elements, we have inline elements, and we have container elements. For example, anchor tag. What do we use anchor tag for? Let me even hear from you. Hey. What do we use our anchor tag for? All of a sudden, everybody is silent. If you know it, you can type it in the comments, or you can unmute your mic and say it out. What do we use our anchor tag for? Ima, Momo, Fuhad, Derek. me see if anybody has dropped the message. Mm, it says my mic is not. Okay, it's not working. Okay, Derek, you can type it. If your mic is not working, you can go ahead and type it. We'll be able to also take it. You can go ahead and type what anchor tag is for. Hello, yeah. Hello, yeah. Okay, hello. All right, let's go. Yes.
What are used to create a hyperlink?
A hyperlink. I hope you didn't. I hope you didn't go to Google to search or use AI.
No.
Okay, I trust you. All right, let's go. All right, that's beautiful. So we use it to create a hyperlink. We use it to create a link, basically. We have hellos. Sorry about that. Let me quickly check. Oh, error. Yeah, nobody could spot the error. So error reading is a big part of programming. Error reading is a big part of programming. It's just the same way you pay attention very well when you are solving your maths, paying attention to the formula and every step. So let me mute Derek for now. All right, thank you. So if at any point you are unable to hear me, let me know ASAP. All right, let's go. So I was supposed let me go back to what I was explaining. Now we use this anchor tag to serve as a link to other sections of our page or to an external page. Are you following? We use these anchor tags to serve as a link to our page or to other sections of our page or to an external page. So for example, I'll just quickly show you this example. So I can say www.google. Even my Google is not googling. Google.com. So let me change this one for the purpose of this particular example. So I'll say click here to see Google. So this is just an example, but when it comes to application, don't worry, you're gonna have many things to apply it to. All right, you can see now this is the link. You can see now that this is the first anchor tag. So once I click it, this one will route me to an external page, which is Google. Okay, cannot get www. Oh. All I just need to do now is, first and foremost, I'll need to copy both the, what is it called, the protocol and everything. So let me just go ahead and say google.com, then I'll just copy it from there to avoid the error. I don't know, my system is becoming slow. Is an hypertext is an what is it called, hypertext reference link. So all I did was just using the www instead of indicating that this one is also a hypertext link. So that's it. Oh Jesus Christ, the content I have for today was supposed to be CSS, but somehow it looks like what we want to do with our CSS is your HTML needs to be fixed for it. So once I click on it now, I expect it to route me to Google. Then subsequently, I'll teach us how to target our blank page. Now, the most important thing here for you to note is this. Okay, it has appeared here, but my browser is just really slow for now. So you can see that it has taken me to google.com by just clicking that link. That link has taken me to google.com. Meanwhile, this is where I actually referenced it. So I just say click here to see Google. So most times you may see these things as click here to get more pictures of this, and this. Are you understanding? So it now depends on what you're doing. All right, let's go ahead with what I'll say. Now, if you check very well, you'll notice something that is very important here. This A tag and the P tag, they look very different. Both of them look very different in application. Note that all of them here look like they are the same, but in reality they are not the same thing. Now look at this place. Okay, this one is still loading. Let me save so that we can proceed. Oh, okay, I still did click here to see Google. No problem, let's use it that way. Now you can see that this first A link anchor tag is click here to see Google, while this other one says yeah. Then the P tag hello yeah. Now this anchor tag is part of the one we refer to as inline elements. These ones are inline elements. Are you understanding? These ones are inline element. What it means is that if you have several of them, all of them can stay in one line as far as the space contains them. All of them can stay in one line as far as the space contains them. Why the container elements are things like your P tags. Are you understanding? They occupy the entire width. When I say width, from year to year. So they don't leave any space. Meanwhile, this one only occupy the space that the characters can occupy. Then immediately after that, if you have another link, it will come here. If you have another inline element, it will also come here. So that's how it works. So the anchor tag is an example of an inline element, while this one is an example of your container element. Container elements occupy the full width, while inline elements occupy the just the space where the characters or content occupies. All right, let's proceed. Now that you are aware of that, now let me go back to the project you'll be building. So this project you'll be building. Now let's start by destructuring this project. We have this box. We have another box here. I believe by now we all know what padding and margin is. So I don't know. I believe we all know what padding and margin is. So we'll just quickly continue from there. So the first thing we are going to do, this body will serve as our first box. Remember, I'm not going to use the color. I'm not going to use anything that is related to that particular project. You'll be the one to do all that. So what we want to, the property we want to target is what is it called? The background color. The property we want to target is the background color. So I'll just go ahead and say light blue. go ahead and say light blue. Sorry about that. Light blue. Let me close this. All right, light blue. Let me go and save. Sorry. All right, that one has cleared. But my browser, my what is it called? My CSS, I indicated light blue, but it looks like it's not working. Why? Somebody should make somebody should try and correct us. You can unmute your mic. If you want to speak, put up your hand, then unmute your mic. Why? I indicated color. Shit, thank God it has left. I indicated color, but it's not changing. Why do you think? What's the problem? Temitokpe, Messi, Josie's, Gloria, Fuad. Why do you think it's not changing? Okay, let me check the message area. Probably, let me see if anybody dropped a message.
Sir, because of the BG color.
Exactly, thank you very much. So it is supposed to be background color. Thank you very much. So I like the way you are paying attention to detail. So you can see that it has worked now. So always learn to spot it where there is error. Always spot it where there is error. So thank you very much for that. All right, let's progress really fast. Then we have selected our background. Then we can also go ahead to define what it should occupy, although it usually occupies everything, but personally I like to define it. Now the next thing I want to just do is show you something. I'll use a div for this. Now this div is what I'll use to show you that this is actually okay. Let me put in something because I want to explain something also. Let me just say hello there. Now if you don't know what your padding or margin is, I'll use this one to quickly explain. Now your padding is a space within the container, while your margin controls the space outside the container. So the first thing I want to do, I'll call my div. When I type div like this, and when I call my div like this, what do you think I'm doing? What kind of selector is that? Calling my div like this, what kind of selector is that? Calling my div like this, what kind of selector is that? Okay. This thing is actually interrupting with me. So I'll declare my width and I'll declare my height. Width is how wide you want your element to be, while the height determines how long or short you want your element to be. So I'll go ahead and say 200 pixel, 200 pixel. Then I'll go ahead and also give this a background color. Okay, let's stick with the yellow. That was let's just go ahead with something. Let me go with red because I want something else. So now we are having another error. Why do you think this error exists? Check very well. Look at it here. Why do you think we're having this error?
Because the work is not following the way the code is.
The work is not following the way the code is. The work is not following. So what do you mean by the work is not following the way the code is?
So sorry,
So
but
that
there
was
is
how
background color.
so that was how mine was for this thing, on my hero. That was how mine was. That's what I mean.
That was how yours was.
Yes, sir.
Why will yours be like that? Normally, once you see this red, this thing there, it's telling you that there is an error there. Are you following? It's telling you that no, there is an error there. So you must try your best to ensure that you take out that error and do your correction. Very, very important. Okay, we're still having that same error. Oh, okay. Let's now, for those of us that were unable to spot it earlier, let me first of all save and check something. All right, now these are container elements. It has the hello here already. Meanwhile, let's check this one out. Why it's still showing this this error here? Sorry. All right. So you can see that we fixed it, isn't that so? So just check. Why? Because this semicolon sign was absent. So putting that semicolon sign has fixed everything. Alright, let's progress really fast. So you must just learn to observe your work. So that's all. Alright, let's go. So you can see here that we have our what is it called? Our container here already. We have our container, so that's it. Sorry, I'm trying to, okay, so it works now. All right, so we have our container here already. So you can see that I have this box here. Now this box is equally similar to this box you have here, isn't that so? Is equally similar. So the next thing you may be asking now is, sir, what do you now mean by margin and padding? Now let's go. Remember, we are dealing with this div. This div is inside this body, which means this body is our parent element, while this div is our child element. The child element is the element that is usually inside of another element. Are you understanding? So this is our parent element, while this div is our child element. So for this p tag, we can say this p tag is a child and this is a parent. Are you understanding? So we are going to target this p now and use it to do whatever whatever we need to do, although it may not really be that visible at this point in time. Okay, I'll use the div to show margin. Then I'll take out the p tag and use it for padding. Now if I put margin here, for example, I don't want to say margin auto because it's so I'll just say let me say 40px. We have the one referred to as margin top. I'll say 40px, 40 pixel. Once I save, it means I am telling my div, which is that red container now, that it should shift from the top by 40 pixel. You can see that this container has shifted from the top by 40 pixel. Are you following? So if I come here and say I want it to shift by 80 pixel, 80 for okay, 80, I want it to shift from the top by 80. You can see that is affecting only the spaces that is around the container. So if I say margin to my left, I want it to shift by 30%, margin left. So I want it to shift by 30%. Let's say 30 pixel. Then I'll save. Now it will shift from the left by 30. Are you following? So margin automatically works with the spaces that is inside this container. Now let me go and use another p tag to explain padding so that you can see padding very well for yourself. Now let me move this one away from let me use this p tag and let me just write something inside. Alright, so I want to use a class for this so that it doesn't affect the other p tag. Don't forget our selectors for yesterday. Testing, I'll say test pad. I'll say test pad because I want to test the padding. I'll come to this place and call the test padding. Now how do I call it? Dot, right? Then I'll say test pad. Then I'll proceed. Ouch, 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 ouch. In this thing is really disturbing me now. Alright, I'll say background color. The reason I want to select a background color for this is so that you can see what's actually going on. So I'll say background color red. I know I like reds very much. So you can see that the moment I say background color red, you can see that the red started from here and spanned to this place. That's to tell you that the p tag is a container element. It covers the entire width. So that's why if you have multiple p tag, all of them will stack on each other. So let's progress really fast because our time is up already. Let's progress really fast because I just want you to cover a host of things before our next section. Now automatically, then I'll say padding. This padding controls the space that is within the element. So you can see that padding increases elements. That means I'm saying that let me just put padding top so that you understand what I'm saying before I start explaining these shortcuts to you. So I'll say padding top. Then you can see that automatically I say let there be space between this content and the element itself. Are you following? So padding affects inside while the space is inside, while margin affects the spaces above outside, sorry, the spaces outside. Are you following? So fine and good. So I'll go back and delete this code because we don't need it. This test, whatever, we don't need it. So I'll come back here and also delete this one. Now what we need is not this one at all. So what we need is for me to show you your container. Now this container that I've showed you, is a container where you put your everything. Are you understanding? So automatically you can call it a section. You can use a section or a div for this. So I'll call it class and I'll call it card because that's our card. Are you following? That's our card. So you may be asking, sir, which one is card again? Let me quickly go and show you now. So I'll save it. Oh, sorry, there's an error here. I'm supposed to have just one quotation mark. All right. This is our card. This is our card. This entire space is our card. So the next thing that is left for us to do now is to put in this particular image. Then once you put in your image, type your text and everything inside. This is your assignment. Put this image, type your text, all the text that are here, put it inside. So by God's grace, our next class will be on the 5th, 7th, and 9th. Our next class will be on the 5th, 7th, and 9th. Alright, since it's like that, let's just have extra 20 minutes or thereabouts so that you do something substantial. Alright, now that you know margin and padding, the next thing for you to do now is put in your image. So remember how I am naming my class. Don't forget how I am naming my class. Okay, Derek, you want to say something? Let me check the message if you have something to say. So I've send it to the group. Okay. Which one do you want sent to the group? Let me know the one you want. Okay, the assignments, no problem. I'll do that. Alright, now the assignment will be inside this particular folder. So all you need to do, you'll see the instructions. Now let me show you. Once you come here, you see the instruction. You even see all these ones, index HTML. Okay, I'll remove every other thing. I'll leave this style guide for you. Then every other thing I'll remove them and just leave the design and the images for you. Alright, let's go. So the next thing I want you to do is put in your image. So I'll say figure. I don't know, you can also use div, but somehow I prefer to use figure when I'm dealing with images. Like I said, HTML is okay. Sorry, let me quickly go and copy this image. So this is a QR scanner, so I'll copy it and take it to my own folder. Where am I working from? Yeah, right. Style.css. Okay, I'll paste it here. Alright, let's go. So what's the name of this image? I didn't even check before pushing it. Okay, image QR code. Alright, so I'll come here and get it done. Okay, while we're waiting for the browser to load, I come here. Oh, don't forget, please do not forget, so I'll say QR code scan, QR code image, then I'll save. Now there's trouble here. This one is way bigger than where I placed it. It's way bigger than where I placed it. So the next thing I will do is to specify both sides. So can you do the same for videos? Which one is the do the same for videos? I really don't get you. Okay. Are you asking in respect to if we are recording, or you want something to be done for videos too? Fuhad, please make your question very real. Make your questions. Can you copy and paste for video? Okay, we are going to also check out how to integrate comments, integrate things from Twitter, videos, everything into our codes, but it is step by step. Are you following? It is step by step. Okay, so now this one, now let me quickly show you this. Let me quickly rush and define our figure first, so that you understand whatever I'm saying. So I'll say figure, then I'll go ahead and okay, let me just use this one that's IntelliSense suggested. Margin less, whatever. Our image has covered it, so you may not see it. So let me comment out the image. Now you can see that even these are comments is now a useful tool. Now for the shortcuts, you just need to highlight it and press Ctrl/, so your comment will be there. So let me save. I'm not using auto save, I'm manually saving my work. So it looks like there's a trouble in paradise. So this is our figure. So this image is supposed to stay inside this figure. It's supposed to stay inside this figure. So I would like you to think of this. This will be your own headache and trouble. So you go and fix it. At least I've helped us with the card. I've helped us with how you should arrange your image. Then immediately after that, then the next thing to do is this: improve your whatever. So probably this is an H2 element. You can pick it up and just come down and say fig caption. Now you can use H2 or whatever you need to use. Okay, improve your front end skills by building projects. Now okay, you can use H2 because that one does not really caption anything. You can come here and use your H2, or if you want to use your fig caption, you can use your H2 for here and say that's improved blah blah blah. Then immediately after you're done with that, then you can come here and also say scan your QR code with whatever you put it here also. Then this one will be a P, so scan your, you put it here and write whatever was written there. You notice something. Okay, get out from there. stop distracting the code. All right, you notice something that is very important. Everything that I've done is inside this card element. Now you can see that the moment I close this div called card, everything closed. That's to tell you that this div is the parent of everything that is inside that card. So ensure that your work is also aligned. Are you following? Your work is also aligned. But while displaying it, somehow everything is not inside this card. So you'll be the one to go and determine the width and the height. You'll be the one to determine the width and the height. But luckily for you, okay, everything is I'll get us everything you need. Don't worry, I'll get you guys everything you need. So all you just need to do, put everything into the card. Then which other one will be difficult for you? This curved area is known as border radius. So let me just use the red one to show you the border radius. So I can say border radius. Nope, that's not what I want. Alright, I can say border radius. That's too much. So I can come here and say 5. So let me even see how they are this. Okay, it's curved. Probably I'll have to increase it to probably 10. So don't worry, the one you have, everything will be specified for you. Oh, okay, then I can keep increasing it until I get something that is as perfect as this. Then everything, push it inside. Once you start, remember, if we say the width of this should be 250 pixel, 200 pixel, that means this image, this one that will say the image, will not be up to that 200 pixels. Isn't that so? Because from common sense, you can see that at least there is a little space. So probably this one will be around 180 pixel or 160 to 180 pixel. You understand? Then after that, you can also reduce. If this one height is also 200 pixel, then this one will probably be 180 pixel. No, sorry, let me see. Okay, probably will be almost half of 180. That's okay, you can give it 100 pixel, so that it will not just take, but this one looks like it's more than half already. Then you have spaces for this and this. I taught you text alignment yesterday, so you can use your text alignment to align all these ones. So basically that's it for today. I don't want this video to be very long. Then if you have any issue, you can always drop it on the group. Then I will make quick videos to assist you. So basically that's it. So if you have a question, ask me your question right now. I'm waiting. If you have questions, ask me your question right now. I'm waiting. Whether in the text, anywhere. Okay, you can screenshot. Alright. Yes, of course. You can always put in your videos in HTML. We'll get there. Even, don't worry, as we advance, we're going to get to a point where I'll need us to probably that's when you learn both your backend and the rest of that. You start integrating both audio, sending mails, and every other thing into your work. Okay, so if we don't have questions, so do take care of yourself and rest very well. So let me quickly first and foremost go and end this. Rest very well, and so automatically our video will be saved. our video will be saved.